Oh well, that's
Alright, guys. Welcome to the Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014 edition of our Gamergate community live stream. We are by no means an official community live thing, because we're all leaders of Gamergate, and by the same token, none of us are leaders of Gamergate. We're just some people who wanted to get together and talk about some shit. Tonight, it's going to be topics loosely centered around bullying in honor of National Bullying Prevention Month. Also, possibly Mortal Kombat and those X-ray moves, and just whatever the hell else comes up. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. We were kind of having a discussion before this started. So you guys, anyone say whatever. I'll be right back.
Oh.
oh, so he opens up
Magnificent.
and then leaves. That's great.
No,
I'm gonna,
Thank you for the intro, bye.
I'm gonna introduce you and then I'll leave.
Magnificent.
Alright, who wants to say anything though?
Mm,
All right, okay. I'll give you a topic. Before we were,
okay, don't fight. Don't
We're
fight.
good. Before we started the stream, we were talking a little bit about sort of people when you share your opinion honestly, and it's something that doesn't fit into their idea of a narrative. Not just in Gamergate, but in a lot of things on the internet, people assume that you are some sort of sock puppet. You are not a genuine person.
Or a misogynist, or a
right.
shill, or a white male, or, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Any excuse to dogpile you, basically,
Oh yeah.
and get you out of the conversation.
Does anyone remember Andrea?
No.
No.
I fought with a lot of people, but not her.
Oh yeah. I got called like a rape threat apologist, and I didn't even mention rape threats. Like,
Oh, yeah, that happens.
because Andrea supposedly got rape threats. Like, I swear, people always come give them rape threats whenever we try to criticize them. Like, a swarm of people just come with the threats, and then they use that.
Mm.
Right on cue, conveniently, every time.
It's a flinging of buzzwords, though. That's really what it is. It's
I'm
like,
just saying.
oh, dissenting opinion, rape apologist. What the hell?
And
Doesn't
isn't
make
that kind of a form of bullying, of trying to prevent people from sharing their side, kind of shaming them, calling them, one of the worst things you can really call someone, say that you're pro-rape or that sort of thing. It's sort of like
Yeah.
your opinions don't matter because you are a terrible person, without actually trying to bias people against you before you even get a chance to speak, or
Which, at the same
yeah,
time, even
and
if
it's
you are
unrealistic.
like a crazy murderer,
Oh
you still are
yeah,
you still have
yeah.
a valid opinion.
exactly, ideas are separate from people,
Jeffrey Dahmer, I mean, come on, he's like scooping out people's brains with whatever fucking utensil, and at the same time he's like kissing his grandma. You can't just put someone into one little category and say, yep, that's them in
Ew.
entirety.
And it doesn't matter. And this is something that I've seen in terms of the media. Organizations that I used to really respect are saying a lot of shit that I know is not true, and this really applies to everything. You can't trust the words coming out of someone's mouth, or not trust them, based solely on their reputation.
The
When
media's
it
been
comes down to
shocking lately, hasn't it?
it has been, but
Oh yeah, lovely.
in general, with any sort of conversation, it comes down to the actual idea presented. It doesn't matter who's presenting it. It can be a complete fucking moron who's saying something that's entirely on point on subject,
Wait, I have one idea. Do you think it's probably rigged? Like, they probably bribed the
What?
media to say certain things?
Well, I mean, I think that I don't think it's bribery so much in the case of the mainstream media. I think there is a kind of network of friends. It's a self-protection kind of thing, the way that I
Oh
see it.
yeah, and they all share the same political affiliations. Don't forget that,
Not
because
necessarily.
the whole
No, that's-
from MSNBC down through the
Oh,
Polygon network and that kind of thing, they all share a very set political view, and it's quite left. So it's not surprising that they've all helped each other.
I think
Well,
more
I
than the
mean-
political affiliation, though, if I may, it's the good old boys network. Many of them aren't males, but it's a sort of people colluding to protect their own interests, to benefit themselves to the extent
But
of everyone else.
to me, it sounds like they have something against males in general. They sound pretty sexist.
Yeah, many SJWs. a lot of people who claim oppression, claim discrimination the most are the people being very discriminatory, very oppressing themselves.
Actually, I always found it kind of hilarious when a lot of the gamergate people would complain about how I don't know, the other people are like censoring them, and then it's like, but they're not going to pay attention anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
if they're not going to pay attention, don't give them your attention. It's mostly my beef would be the smaller article websites. They're hardly articles. They're glorified bloggers like Kotaku. It's like, why do you give them attention?
Clickbait.
Well, it is clickbait after all.
Huh?
What's up?
Yeah, well, I think the movement's dealt with that quite well by archiving everything before we look at it.
I
So
know,
we
but
don't
I'm just
really-
saying, why pay attention at all? Obviously, they're small fries compared to any larger company we'd pay attention to.
Isn't Kotaku part of Gawker? Isn't Gawker like really big or something?
Yeah,
that
and
was-
I've
yeah.
also made offshoot website Kinja called Go Fuck You, and people could easily write on there, and they could bullshit articles, and people have mistaken it for similar Kotaku articles, and it's like, yeah, you could just ignore them. They're glorified bloggers. I've gone through the same process they would to go and make their shitty blogging
Yeah,
site.
but you
I'll
say
be
don't
research
ignore
too.
them, but they're preaching a narrative to the state to come in and police gaming effectively and change gaming and make it what they want politically. Yeah, and people don't want that. So
Well, they can try, but honestly, with the force that we currently have, I feel like it'd be kind of ridiculous to think we'd completely be exterminated. At most, it would just set a part in our community.
well,
One thing that
only
kinda
goes
makes
so
me
far,
feel-
because that's not fair on developers and people like that who want to make their games, and their games are going to get overlooked by the games that this particular crew like. And that's
Exactly,
I
because
don't
gaming
understand why
is kind of
people
like
can just
form of art.
overlook that side of the community and
Carry
just
on,
let
sorry.
them do that.
One thing that makes me kind of uncomfortable with the people that are doing the bullying on Twitter is that, like with Gawker and that Sam guy, many of them are in like very public positions, and they are still doing this, and they're not scared of getting any repercussions from their job, and it's really scary that they have the audacity to do this. It's really
For sure.
I understand that. I mean,
It's
assholes
like-
are assholes. You can go and out them, but I think when it comes to the smaller companies, we could ignore them and let them build their little shitty
Yeah.
community.
Right. I mean,
Because they're going to do that. They're going to fester. They've
right.
done it with Atheism Plus. They're doing it in our universities. I mean, can't really stop it at this point. It's
I mean, it was
disgusting.
in academia first. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, we had people talking about how facts, scientific discoveries were somehow racist or sexist, and it's like, it's just observations about the universe. I mean, even still, we have people, whenever you bring up any genetic differences between different races, things like racial bias in IQ tests, based on genetic differences, people call you a racist for trying to use facts to explain
away from their narrative.
proven difference. And it's
Well, you
ridiculous.
can't fix
Like,
stupid, so.
That's true.
Yeah, and then they use the word equality to sugarcoat
Oh,
everything.
that's.
One
Oh,
thing I've
man.
learned in life is
Well,
you can
they're
let
all
someone until you're blue in the
equally-
face. They're not going to listen.
yeah, but everyone has a right to. You have a right to be an asshole. You have a right to be a moron.
You have a right to be stupid, but it doesn't mean anyone's going to treat you nicely.
Exactly. You don't have. You have a right. We have freedom of speech as a principle in most industrialized countries. I think every one of us is in a place where we're pretty much free to speak our mind in general. But freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence or freedom from being offended by other people.
But what kind of consequence?
No, it's because they
people
think
get
they're immune to
fired for stuff
criticism.
that they've not even thought. That they've thought sometimes. Somebody's donated to a particular company, say just $1,000, and he gets fired from the head of was it Adobe? What company was it that guy? Well, anyway, it's happened. So it is important.
It is, and as getting awareness out about the things that these people are saying is absolutely great. I mean, we had that post on 8chan that was screen capped and linked on Kotaku in Action, was an anon who was supposedly from an advertising agency, or like his father works in an advertising agency, who basically said these people are making themselves completely fucking unemployable by talking so much shit about their customer base.
Yeah.
It's very uncommon for an employer nowadays to not at least do a Google search on someone. And when these people are using their public face on social media to spread hate and just be a douchebag, no one's gonna fucking hire you after that.
It doesn't look good too for the consumer, because as us consumers, we want to make sure that we're reading his or her content, not spraying any sort of nonsense. And if he or she does, then we have a right to complain, consumer revolt, in other words.
Really,
Alright, we have someone in chat who wants to talk about Destructoid.
Destructoid? I don't know.
Yeah.
They're another website that'll burn out in no longer than
Well,
10 years.
Destructoid,
Do they want
I
to
just
come
asked,
on?
but I think what he probably wants to talk about, or she, what they're probably asking about is the stuff that broke with Anthony, can't remember pronounce his last name, which was basically, it's actually directly relevant to me because the criminal charges related could be brought up, or the legal repercussions could be in my state.
Yeah.
Dude got fired for some sort of basically bullshit reason. But I don't know enough about it. I'm hoping
I saw a meme go by this afternoon about Destructoid, relating to this, but I didn't stop and read it, if I'm honest.
I read it, but I've so much shit going on today, and I
Yes, it's been a lot.
as much as I should have. Let me see if I can pull it up. I do still have to post somewhere on Kotaku in Action.
Brilliant.
Somewhere in my list of red shit.
It'd be so handy to know the details of that, because I'd just like to catch up with it, and it's really typical of how they work. It's so typical that they'll sort people out all the time, and the slight bit they drift off the narrative, they turn them and instantly and stab them in the back, and it's sort of characteristically them.
Alistair?
Can you share it to us over?
Alistair Pinsoff is his name. Yeah, here's one. Here's something taken from Twitter. I'm gonna share it in the group chat. I can't share it publicly with. Actually, I can. I can just paste it in the chat separately. There's it. God damn it! I have so many things open. Eek.
Redirecting you to Imgur. Oh god, it's like really tiny. Okay, let's see this inane bullshit.
Comments can contain links. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see it. Nice to have a good laptop hybrid. Oh yeah, it's really tiny.
And there's another one.
Screen share here.
There's something from One Angry Gamer that was listed as Pro Gamergate. I guess this is 3-4 days old. But yeah, this dude basically just kind of went on a rant on Twitter exposing a lot of stuff that.
Hey, can you guys see it on my side?
We like that. We like exposing.
Lied to, ignored, and ridiculed by staff during serious
Okay, I see it.
complex investigation.
Let's make you the. Can I make you the present to everyone? Here we go.
Do you want me to read?
Yeah, if you want. I'm keeping this hands off and casual.
Seems we have a tweet here by an Alistair. I hope the info that was shared is used for improving game outlets' behavior, not inane excuses for attacking female devs. No comment. 1. Lied to, ignored, and ridiculed by staff during serious ethically complex investigation. Okay.
Oh joy.
So,
Oh boy.
they sent this. Damage to your brand. You're not only throwing me under the bus, but you were lying to make yourself look good. As far back as April 9, Alistair was advised not to post about his investigative findings. Here's what he said on April 9th. Am I supposed to give this person a cuntly voice? Because they're kind of acting like a cunt a bit. What would Gawker do?
Use your editorial discretion and your voice acting reading this.
What would Gawker do? Probably run with what they have, threaten her for more info, and post in every step. Not hashtag, meme arrow after. Meme arrow, if you want to go that route, please walk a fine line, not get sued for libel, use suspicious circumstances. Meme arrow instead of fraud. Okay, they keep meme arrowing. I'd pull those tweets down, you can disprove it. Gonna have a lynch mob pounding my door for you.
No.
Alistair sent us a very lengthy apology to both staff and the blank, which we will not republish at the risk of exposing more facts. Oh god. And... Okay.
Dynamic zooming.
My laptop has a touch thing, so I bumped it. Okay, so... Exposing more facts. I wish no harm on you or the rest of the staff. Blah, blah, blah. Threw under bus. Okay. Just bitching. It looks like bitching. Jonathan Holmes, no, you definitely never suggested that it was a real possibility that she was just manipulating you. You seem more caught up in the whole life-saving thing. That's how it looked to me, anyway. Don't feel bad. I once saw a doctor give a guy $50 to keep him from committing suicide. Maybe it worked. We'll never know, I guess. Wow, okay. It's a life lesson. Alistair, for the person who got me into this pickle, you've been a real stand-up guy about all this, Holmes. Thank you for the input. Jonathan, Holmes, I didn't get you into anything. I just sent a tip to the tips line. You did the rest. I'm sorry you feel like you got played, but you probably did. Don't let that out on me. That said, if you had asked me to help read in the situation, given my plus 10 years of working with people who are threatening suicide... Anyway, it may have been beneficial to you. Instead, you clung to your feelings of being a lifesaver, dismissing my work in a mental facility as irrelevant, theorizing that she might have multiple personalities, seemingly reveling in your work as an amateur internet psychotherapist. Welcome to Tumblr. It felt a little bad to watch you go down that road and did try to interject, but you seemed pretty determined to continue going the way you were going. Chris Carter, another sad part is that people are taking everything she says or does at face value without knowing the truth. I'm actually seeing people blame Indiegogo for killing her, with people calling for a boycott, and I've seen a few death threats to Indiegogo staff. I've also seen a few people call to boycott Twitch. Oh, boo-hoo. To think this scammer is getting away with everything and is passing the blame is pretty unbelievable. 2. Boss fired me while possibly drunk because company didn't want to hire a lawyer to protect me if necessary. Parentheses, there was never any threat against us. Big. Okay, Iain,
Like
you're
a big wine fest.
Why is it?
Well, Alistair, whatever, I forgot his name already. Alistair Pinsoff, I think, is he's a guy who's actually he's the one who wrote the big headings. The emails are emails between him and other people related to Destructoid, and
I'm
he
just
basically right on. That's that's.
I'm entertained by the big letters and the parentheses.
I think it needs more JPEG, to be honest. Lots of.
I'm also having a lot of fun with this touchscreen. It's never been so useful.
Dude, you can. You're in Chrome, so you can. What is it? Control and. You can scroll and make the whole image. If you zoom the page in the browser, even though it's just an image, you can make it different sizes.
That works on every browser, by the way.
So.
I know how to do that much. It's just I didn't want these little words to be too small for anybody.
Right on.
So
Taylor, this is about this dude basically got fucked over by he worked for Destructoid as a journalist, professional blogger, what have you, and he got let go by his company because of the threat of possible legal action because of something that he published. I don't even know what. Maybe someone watching can enlighten us, or maybe it'll describe here, but they let him go, and I think he kept quiet about it for a while, but in the midst of this Gamergate stuff, just earlier this week or late last week, he just let loose all this shit. And now he's kind of an SJW himself. He's pretty anti-Gamergate. But
like Ellen Benoit.
So that's why he has everything in caps when he types. Okay.
maybe he just isn't very good at editing of presenting photos and poster propaganda explanations.
It's not bad, but it's just like I'm entertained by the yellingness of it.
Anyway, yeah, that's.
Is there a possibility of an SJW civil war?
You can see how he wrote for them. Lied to, ignored, and ridiculed by staff during serious, ethically complex investigation. Brilliant.
Indeed.
Mm.
It's really like Dallas. It's like a soap opera.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Isn't Gamergate just one big soap opera and shit fest? I mean, come on.
Oh my god,
It
yes.
totally
You have
man,
to
yeah.
stand back at least with me
Drama.
and go, okay, that is pretty stupid a lot of the times.
Mm. It's the biggest drama that has sort of happened in years on the internet.
Which is also kind of
Possibly
why
ever.
I can't be quite pro Gamergate. I'm just kind of like, guys, this is really dumb. We're all getting so emotional over games.
But weren't you talking before the stream about how passion is important?
Passion can be important, but it can also mislead you. That's the thing. I just hate the
Sure.
pseudo-intellectualism of people who are like, if I'm calm, then I'm obviously the right one here.
Gotcha. Sounds like you're taking more of the shut up and play aspect to it. Just like, who cares about any of this shit? Just play video games.
Partially. I have friends who are like that, but I am interested in the events of this, mostly because I have a lot of friends who are into this, and also I really just don't like being called a misogynist. It's rather
sure.
unflattering.
Plus,
I also
shut up
ha- I
and
also
play
have a
video
friend.
games is a bit like saying shut up and get back to work. It's kind of,
Kind of.
Did
know.
anyone
No,
see
I
Ellen
won't.
Best?
What's
Sorry.
up?
IRL, I really don't have the time to fight on Gamergate, but I take a little bit of interest.
Hmm.
I'm saving my energy for Black Friday just to record it.
Yes.
What's up, Taylor?
I was wondering if anyone saw Ellen Beth get tossed out by her SJW group.
Never heard of that.
No, I don't know
Okay, I'm done.
anything about that. Tell us about it.
Ellen Beth was just you know, on the Free Thought blogs with.
I'm familiar with the Free Thought blogs and their association with
blog,
Atheism
the
Plus.
blogs that are effectively
They just called her a misogynist one day for like I don't know, but it was something very minor, and then she got called like a rape apologist or something, but I can't remember what.
Wow.
This
yeah.
happens
Go to
this
Twitter and
happens
you
a
get
lot,
called that all
though.
the time.
This happens a lot though
Yeah.
between them because I've
Okay, let's
seen
go
I've seen many other YouTubers talk about how they suddenly turn on each other because of
Oh
minor things.
yes, more of
Yeah.
that,
Cult-like
more of that,
mentality, right?
please.
It's
They
it's
don't.
it's all they're all fighting to be on the top of the pile of shit. That's all
Yeah.
they're fighting for. It's like I'm gonna be the top chicken now. It's like okay, sure.
Really, in
Yeah,
my
and
opinion,
Valid.
huh?
the only reason they label you as misogynist is just because you have a different view than them.
Beg
That's
your
the
pardon?
only reason.
It's just as stupid as anybody who's just like, you don't count because of this insult I just gave you.
Exactly.
What do you think about
It's
the idea of
You
the
don't
progressive
count
stack?
because you're a fucking idiot. Like,
Are you
Because
also
of
that's what a lot of people are
Terminating
throwing out
that
there.
I choose. It's like, well, here's the box that I choose. I choose if you fit in it, and if you don't, if you don't agree with me, you're in the box. Okay, that's basically what happens.
Yeah,
in
you're
some-
the enemy.
It's like
Hmm.
you're the enemy. I just want to know. I'm just gonna find out which flag I gotta pin to you before I
Oh.
kill you. And it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Kind of on a related note, the idea of the progressive stack, where the more oppressed you are by culture and the patriarchy and the the system,
It just sounds so pathetic.
it really it's stupid. It's so stupid. What,
Oh god.
what do you guys think about that?
What?
I don't know if I'm gonna laugh or cry about it. Like, like an oppression Olympics.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
gonna facepalm at that.
Yeah, you could hear me face palming. It's like, you could just
Oh, you're
hear the
saying face palm.
disappointment.
And you know what that was? That was introduced at Occupy Wall Street. You can see the video on YouTube. I think it was at like Occupy Pittsburgh or something. Woman's getting up and basically saying that, in so many words, that the more privileged you are, without it doesn't matter the actual content of your ideas, what you have to say, you are automatically more important. You know, if you're a gay midget, legless hobo, then you are more important and deserve more of a voice, regardless of whether you actually have anything remotely relevant to say than the average cis white male. And there's a progression, there's a sort of ladder, and that's the progressive stack.
But it's kind of dumb though, because like there's people with no arms and legs that still do things like any normal person, and they don't complain.
Except for walking.
Just a side note, I'd love to meet a midget hobo. I'd love. That's like a dream of mine.
Aw,
I've been
Sounds
looking
pretty
for you
nice.
all my life.
Hot Wheels was really cute.
That sounds really awful. It's like finding a porcupine under a bridge.
Stop looking at me. I live in a trash can.
I've never been.
Box
like,
Castle though.
I never met a midget hobo, but I did have when I was back in high school. My girlfriend and I were walking around after school looking for a place to smoke a joint that we had, and this hobo came up and married us. Like he was.
What?
I mean, he didn't legally. He didn't like have a marriage.
No, it
license.
was legal. It was legal. He has
Yeah.
a license too.
You know what? There's a part of me that just kind of expects to have that's on file somewhere, and I'm gonna get broken up when this girl.
Go to California. You'll
I'm gonna.
In hobo matrimony.
Yeah, I'm
I can
gonna.
just imagine him just going up by the power invested to me by the Ninja Turtles. You remember?
It was basically, dude, it was so good. I had another hobo throw cufflinks at me. Like he just had a bag full of cufflinks. I don't know where he got them, and he was just like tossing them at me.
A
As
cufflink
I was
for
walking
him.
around the park.
Mysteries of the homeless.
Oh, you have no idea. I basically live in mini Portland, and we have the Rainbow Kids. Oh boy, the
What
Rainbow
are the
Kids
Rainbow
who go to
Kids?
college. The Rainbow Gathering is essentially a giant gathering for hippies.
Yep.
Okay, so the Rainbow Kids
Yeah.
are a bunch of the ones that still stick around are these incredibly tweaked out young people, and a few times in the summer I would go and like offer to buy them food because I wanted to hear what they'd have to say. Like I would buy homeless people food just for the fun of it, just to hear what they'd have to say. But a few times I'd get some Rainbow Kids. And for example, I'd get one guy and he called himself Kitty Meow, and he told me this
Ew.
crazy story about how he like hitchhiked all the way up to my state to go to the rainbow. And I was originally he had described it like, yeah man, I came here for the rainbow, and I was like, oh fuck, what have I done? Why am I talking
So do they bathe?
Occasionally.
It depends. I mean, they're couch surfing, so they may shower surf a bit. I don't know. They do what they can. I mean, I've dated some pretty gutter punky guys, and
Ew.
basically showers just kind of come and go. It's pretty terrifying.
But isn't Hot Wheels really cute, guys?
Hot Wheels.
He has a cute personality.
He's adorable.
I appreciate his views on things. He's entertaining. I also like
I
how he
wanna pick him
destroyed
up.
Seriously.
Brian Wu and that one thing.
I don't want to pick him up and eat his cheeks.
I'm seriously in love
Oh
with
my
the
God.
guy in a way because he's like, well, I'm Hot Wheels and I'm gonna ram this chair up your ass. It's like, oh god, he's got the attitude and he's gonna own everyone.
Aww, little Hot Wheels.
And he's like, he just owns everything. Love him. You gotta love the dude.
All right, I need to take care of something in the kitchen real quick.
How dare you?
What is
I
it?
know I am a terrible person. It's food. It's
Is
macaroni.
this gonna turn out as misogynistic as we think?
Are you making a misogyny pie?
I wish I have nothing. I got no response to that, unfortunately. But what I'm doing, I'm gonna
Hide the pie.
The stove is oppressed.
because Jimmy Carr is awesome, and I want to see if our viewers will be able to get the audio from the screen share. So let's go with fuck it, this works. Let's see what happens here.
Are you playing music?
Well, it's gonna be
There's something there.
stand-up comedy.
Metal ass
Oh.
avatars.
Okay. Get ballroom music. We want ballroom music.
Ballroom music. I could do ballroom music.
Ballroom Blitz. Can we do Ballroom Blitz?
I don't really feel like
Ballroom Blitz. That's the only part of the lyrics I can. That's the only.
I can hear the drums in my head.
Gotta love that
Let's
song.
see if this
Oh,
fucking works. Screen share. entire screen. Bada bada ba. Oh wait a minute, I can just let's see what the fuck happens. Can y'all hear it?
What is this?
What am I listening to?
Are you using the YouTube app?
No, I'm
I'm-
not using YouTube app. This is just screen sharing. Can you guys hear it at all?
I'm looking at my shitty app.
Well, I can't really hear anything. I can see the black screen though. But
Can we draw? I love drawing. Oh god, we're getting so off topic.
All I see is Lena.
There's not really too much of a topic to begin with, but yeah, that appears
Well, it
not to
was
work.
bullying,
You guys should hear
apparently.
something.
I mean,
It was bowling and or Mortal Kombat. I don't fucking anything. How about there was an article released today, part 2 of an earlier article by Reason.com that's supposed to be pretty well presented. Let me see if I can find it. Reason.com, bada bada ba, Gamergate part 2. It's video games meet feminism. Talks a little bit about the authoritarian kind of stuff that we were talking about earlier before we started the stream.
click.
Yeah, maybe you guys have something to say about that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be back in a couple minutes, so I'm gonna mute myself. Do
I
whatever.
could easily bring up the bullying on both sides, but I don't think people want to hear that right now.
Dude, fucking whatever you guys want to talk about. There's really no restrictions here.
It'll be called a shill.
Doesn't end up getting banned by YouTube.
No, you won't.
I'm making fun of the people who have called me a shill.
well, I've actually started playing Alien Isolation on the 360, and it really scared me. I've only seen the Alien once, and it really scared me.
It's like Outlast and Amnesia.
Outlast is pretty good
I
though.
spent 2 hours in the game just crawling. I was like, he's gonna get me if I stand up. He's gonna chop my head off if I stand up. Just 2 hours just crawling through the whole game.
I got a new 3DS. I mean, that's pretty cool. I got Bravely Default, so.
Oh my god. Sam
Okay.
Fiddle hasn't replied to my email.
Call him a faggot. That'll perk his ears up.
No, like I'm trying to get him, like I'm trying to see if he abuses his pets, and then I'm gonna screen cap it if he says he does.
People aren't allowed to say stuff in our viewer chat.
I seriously suspect that he neglects or abuses animals since he thinks that it's okay. Like, why wouldn't
He's just casually talking about abusing animals.
5
Like-
watching now. Wow, that's almost the double digits.
he?
Being optimistic today, aren't we?
I have to be. I've had a pretty shy day.
People are saying stuff in the
Like,
viewer chat?
oh, like the happiness.
I need to drink more alcohol then.
I didn't notice.
Well, I'm already blazed as hell, so it's like I'm good.
Yeah, I'm about to
Tells me I'm
head
not
out in
allowed to
30
try.
minutes. I have class tomorrow morning.
Oh my god, I hear myself. Ugh, that's so gross. My voice.
Is it lagging?
Lagging, you mean being behind? That's what streams
Like-
do.
Like, cause before the YouTube stream was like 10 minutes behind or something.
Well, that's kind of normal for a stream, kind of.
Oh. That's why none of my questions answered when I'm on YouTube.
I want to be able to draw. It'd be a great distraction for anybody who's listening to a very entertaining conversation about Gamergate that isn't Gamergate.
Oh.
I guess I could go on MS Paint and share, but that's kind of going a little crazy.
The things you can create in Paint are really, really awesome, though.
I'm actually an artist, so I have fun.
That's the most important thing, isn't it, as an artist, is to have fun.
And call people faggots while you're doing it. And drip
That's
eggs
about
out of your
right.
My
canvas.
boyfriend, he would hate it if I called him a faggot. Yeah.
I don't know, I call my gay friend a faggot all the time. He just laughs, but I guess that's up to opinion.
I guess it depends on the person. So what are you drawing now? Looks like a very excited face.
Oh god!
Oh god, the happiness.
Oh, this is very difficult to draw on. I don't like it.
What is that? What is that shiny thing? Is that
It's
the
my
body
very
of it?
beautiful drawing.
Oh, it's a
Oh
mech.
god, this is really hard to draw. I'm using my
Oh
finger.
my god.
It
Oh,
was
wait,
the
no.
mech. I thought it was something else. I was like, I know we've
But
gone
what you know-
it into the stream, but fuck me,
Why?
this is too early for
How
this.
come I can't see the drawing?
You can't see it? I
I
am
think
sure.
you have to click on like her
Yeah, click on
thing here
Linus.
to see
Why?
the screen share.
I used to have
Oh,
a
there it
functional
is.
like graphic tablet, but it is kill.
But nothing beats finger painting
That
though.
drawing is terrible.
Oh, don't get me
Yeah,
started on finger painting.
Hey, it looks good.
Finger painting can mean
I
two
mean, I
different
really
things.
La, 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 la.
Just zoom in on that face. That's the correct reaction to that. It's like
It's my go-to phase for a lot of things.
it's like a price of
Eh.
McDonald's. Oh my god.
Why you do this to me, internet? You fight
Oh.
over games and feminism and misogynies.
Because we're bored.
I'm just here playing Mario 64 like.
Get a job, you fucking basement dwellers.
I actually don't live at my mom's, so it's like 10 points to me.
I feel awful because I moved back in with my mom for weird familial reasons, but it's still like, oh, I moved back. I moved back in. That is so lame.
Uh,
I mean, I have a
I
job
live
and
with my mom, but I'm 18.
I'm 19. I'm pathetic.
You,
Tears.
you moved
I'm
out?
24. I'm really pathetic.
How'd you move
Well,
out?
earlier I actually mentioned how I was dating some gutter punks. I went through a rebellious phase, yo.
Oh.
of
Yeah.
course.
I know.
Who didn't?
I went through the really rebellious phase of going, okay, you don't like me here? Fine, I'll leave. Left. Came
Ooh.
back after people were like, yeah, your dad's gone right now, and I'm working, and you have 2 siblings. Can you look at them a whole summer and stay? It's like, oh, okay.
Just
Hey,
look
hey,
at them.
guys.
It's like no, don't
Just
ignore
look
them.
at
Just
them.
look. Just look. Just sit down and look.
To be honest, it was a really, it was a really emotional thing. My sister was all like sad because she would never see me. And then I came back and she was happy. But now that I'm here all the time, she doesn't care.
Jen wants more gamergate stuff.
Gamergate, yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand.
Alright.
Keep
Okay.
going with this Gamergate stuff.
Well, I'm not a supporter of Gamergate. I guess I'd want to lean on you guys for a conversation, but
Oh well, you can't win, everyone. It's like,
everyone's gonna think you're faggot at some point. But I guess since the original topic was about bullying, we could go into personal experiences about how we've been called cis males, or I could go into how both sides have called me misogynists or shills or all kinds of stupid things.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
I could
Alright,
go
let's
into
start it off.
extensive bits about that.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, well, anyone can just go for it if they want to
Uh,
mention anything.
honestly, I don't feel comfortable coding anybody I've argued with because I feel like they would scream at me, "You're misrepresenting me!" So,
Do it, name them.
honestly, it's been in the Gamergate group that we've had, like, it just ball-faced idiocy. Like, I'll sit there and I won't even, like, insult people. They get offended. I insult them. They get offended. So there really is no winning. I mean, here, let's see. One of my recent posts. Okay, where is it?
Yeah.
I kind of let it die a bit because people are getting way too emotional and I was kind of getting pissy at everyone. Unless it got deleted. I could totally understand that. Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't know. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
Our
Okay.
team is,
To keep people updated, I guess I could read it. Basically, I like to occasionally ask Gamergate people, okay, what are you exactly fighting for? Not just to be like a shill. I'm asking so they could be reminded exactly what they're fighting for, rather than get it sidetracked by anything else. Because I do know it is a movement that gets distracted by little things quite easily.
Mhm.
Anyway, your argument ends where my feelings begin. There's part of the quote, kind of. How do those in Gamergate expect to garner intellectual attention and worthy debate with their pleas when the common man would rather find your fight trite and ridiculous? Serious question, I'm not a shill. I'm sincerely curious on how you think you're winning past kicking the legs out from underneath a website's table. How can you proceed when your movement is laughable to any middle-aged woman catching up on her news who would happen to see Gamergate on her morning talk show, or a man who reads the paper in the morning and catches a glimpse of the title? Do you really think it will stir a revolution in more than just one who happens to game, or more so one who never read from those websites and just simply does not care? The movement has been repeatedly compared to a glass of spilt milk. It is all over the place and has soured from the extremists. You count them and say they do not support you, but it is not the mentality of a normal person to listen to the yelling of a lunatic than a crowd of quite polite protesters. I put a question mark there. What is this movement beyond what a newcomer sees? Quote, a clusterfuck of people who all have different goals and ambitions and reasons for why they're in it, and no real goal aside from one that constantly is hailed as the true reason, but just doesn't hold up to any good reason to follow it for more than a couple months, since no immediate changes will really come of it, unquote. Why not ignore the sites and let the extremists die within a decade? Why support Gamergate when you can simply say, I just don't like what they're doing, and move on? I still am waiting for reasons to support it in its current form. And actually, quite a few people did comment, and I had a few people say some reasonable things like, there isn't just the corruption in like the smaller glorified bloggers. There are like the bigger companies who are being assholes, and I completely support people who are like, yeah, that's awful. Do something about that. I think people should do something about that, because that defines the consumer revolt that people describe of Gamergate. But mainly my focus in this is, how are we supposed to catch the attention of anyone more than just an internet-dwelling gamer, or anybody who is like me, who's just like, but why do I need to put a face to my opinions? Why can't I just say, I don't agree with this? So there's that. I don't know if any of you want to comment on that.
I have thoughts. One, food is awesome. Two, well, I mean, it sounded like you were addressing a few things. I didn't see the actual post. I had the window minimized.
Sorry.
But no, it's all good. But I did hear some talk about, like, basically, why should people who are not directly really why should people who don't care about video gaming care? Why should they be interested in Gamergate?
Sure.
The thing is, to me, it's the current battleground for a large culture war that's been raging for decades. Like you touched on earlier, Lena, with atheism plus was a very big one just a few years back. Academia has been assaulted in a major way for the past 30, 40 years at least that I'm aware of. There's a lot of instances where authoritarian type people want to push their particular ideology into the mainstream to the exclusion of all others. And use a lot of underhanded, shitty ways to do it. So it's not. It is for us, for Gamergate as a tag. It is largely about the gaming aspect. We just want to be left alone and not called fucking pro rape because we like fucking Grand Theft Auto. We just want to play good games.
I completely understand that.
You know, we don't want. What I said in the previous stream is I'm a big fan of Counter-Strike, first-person shooter, and we were talking about our favorite games. And, you know, I don't care if I'm playing with you on a team. I don't care if you're a man or a woman or gay, straight, transgender.
Care if they're good.
Yeah, I just want you to fucking cover me while I'm trying to defuse
Don't be an
the fucking
asshole.
bombs.
Just do it.
It's all
Yeah.
about the fun and competition we have together, and not about who we
And it's
are.
like gaming,
I
gaming
understand
is
that,
so
but people are always going
inclusionary,
to
I
be
think.
assholes, though. People are always going to say, well, you're a fucking idiot. People aren't going to always agree with you.
No,
Sure,
some-
and that's to be expected. That's okay. That's how you
Especially on the internet.
That's how the
Yeah, well,
conversation
there's nothing
grows.
we
That's
can
how
really do about that. It's like, okay,
No, but
you have a
here's the
difference in
thing, though.
opinion, and sure.
real
fine.
life is not a fucking hug box, you know?
No,
Definitely not.
I'm not sure that totally represents the movement well, because
No, you're right.
if you think we're
Gamergate's a
very
lot more
much maligned. I mean,
call it
we're
though.
getting accused of stuff that has not been done by us. It's been proven many times that all these threats to all of the women involved have come from third parties that aren't involved with Gamergate in any way, shape, or form. And yet we're still buying into this idea that we are a misogynist movement, and we've never shown that at any stage of the movement at all. Not from the beginning, when the Zoe Quinn Five Guys stuff happened, and
Aside from the
not at
greed.
any point. And we really must maintain this, not forget rather, that we are innocent in this, and we shouldn't let them spin this narrative. But we do.
Well, it's kind of difficult to properly report on that when you have good people, but of course the louder people are representing you.
Well,
Because
naturally, this argument is with the press, so we are going to be misrepresented, unfortunately. I tried to say this earlier, and I realised I'd had myself on mute for a while.
Oh no.
And I was thinking,
Okay.
I've had some good points there. People have just ignored me. I thought, what the?
People are gonna be assholes.
Anyway.
Just let him talk, guys. Just don't acknowledge him. Just let him talk, okay?
Thank you.
Let's pretend he's on
Like a
mute.
self-shadow ban on Reddit.
Yes, exactly.
Just talking, and no one's responding, and you just think that maybe you're giving shitty ideas, and in reality, no one has no idea you're saying anything.
Oh, that's a heinous thing, isn't it? And they say so much about us, and people forget that, like, 4chan got destroyed because they wanted it absolutely
4chan
changed. They
is
threw everyone off, and now you've got 8chan. You know, they closed the conversations down on Reddit. It's amazing what they can do, and it's all quite violent, quite aggressive.
I wouldn't
We
say
get the
violent
blame.
generally, but yeah, I mean,
It's violent in a way.
it's crazy because we're being called the oppressors and the misogynists and all this, and we're the ones who are trying in general to have an actual honest discussion. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm really loving this drawing. You're broadcasting to the group, Lena, so our 3 viewers can see you.
Oh boy.
No pressure.
It'll give us something to look at.
Yeah.
Something I was actually discussing in YouTube comments, because I'm all over the fucking place on the internet when it comes to this.
Yeah.
But
I'm meant to be looking at the comments.
I wonder if I could actually find it. Nah, I'm not gonna find it.
The
But,
intellectual top in the YouTube comment sections.
Oh, actually, there have been some decent conversations in the YouTube community. You just need to look in the right places. I mean, obviously, if you look in the wrong places, you're gonna find like people just screaming misogyny, or you're gonna look in the completely fucking wrong places, and they're not even gonna let you comment. So,
It gets really annoying.
yeah. Then again, if people are already
Yeah,
gonna disable your
Facebook.
comments, that just kind of like saves you the effort, because they're obviously not paying attention in the first place. At least they're saving you the energy.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, but
What a closed comment section means to me when it is about such a large topic. It's basically that I want to be heard and not listen.
everybody
That's
wants
basically
to do that. People forget in debates that they aren't there to just scream at people saying, hey, look, this is what I have. Debates are supposed to be you both sharing your opinions, ideas, facts, and both come into a consensus of, hey, yeah, that actually...
Absolutely. Open
might make
exchange.
sense.
Trying to get to the core of the problem presented or
Or
discussion.
you might end up like Bill Nye, who gets to speak with Kem Ham for a couple hours and realizes it was a big fucking mistake. 'cause
Yeah, that
nobody
should have
learned
never
anything.
happened. That should have never happened because Ken Ham had nothing to say.
He had nothing. He didn't
They
learn
looked at book.
anything.
No.
It's like, yeah, is
Well,
it called
okay.
Harry Potter, maybe?
Well, the Bible.
What's the saying
Like
from
five
the
books.
midget dude on Game of Thrones, speaking of midgets, where it's like, cut out a man's tongue, you prove not that...
He's a liar, but that you fear what he says.
Exactly. That's how it goes, isn't it? But
Yeah.
on the other side of that, these are private companies that own the mediums of communication here.
Right, exactly.
If Reddit wants to censor things, if 4chan wants to censor things, if YouTube wants to censor things, Twitter, whatever, that's their prerogative. we
retarded
just
project,
there's so
but-
many. It absolutely is, but we go somewhere else. But for sure, it doesn't say that
Look, I
when
want it to
people
be
don't
our
want to hold the
voice.
discussion, it doesn't say that the discussion's not worthy of having. It says that they're afraid of it. It doesn't invalidate
Absolutely.
it just because no one's talking about it or because they're trying to avoid letting it happen.
Absolutely.
Especially when you go on feminist pages.
Lena, that is triggering me. I'm very upset. I think I might have PTSD from MS Paint. I need to tweet about it with image macros made out of MS Paint drawings.
Have you guys seen what Adam Sessler's just tweeted? It sounds like he's on drugs or something, or he's had a drink.
He was.
Oh, lovely.
Was he?
Bit of a drug problem. I don't know
Well,
about
that explains it then, because he says, "Way to go, Gamergate," and he spells it GAIMERGAITE, like
That
you
was
have some
lame.
sort of gate or something, some funny walk. So I don't know what that's about. And he says, "You will billow excuses ad infinitum yet again, but you have cemented your rep. Shame and contempt is all I have. ... Oh my God, that's so
Yeah,
Was he
poetical.
serious?
What's he on?
If
That
I,
sounded like some Edgar Allan Poe shit right there.
It
It's like,
is.
oh my god. Like,
Adam
all the
Sessler-
horror and the monstrosity.
Adam
They-
Sessler, I was a big fan of Tech TV back in the day when Adam Sessler started on X-Play, and he was my least favorite person on that channel, but I loved that channel.
Fair.
He has just gone to shit in the past few years. I mean, was it when he debated Jack Thompson on Attack of the Show, and that was great. And that he was arguing against the same thing that these anti-Gamergate people are arguing for, but now for whatever reason he's on the side of the antis, and I don't get it.
Well, you say, did someone say? I thought something he'd been to an XOXO festival or something.
No, that was Chris Poole.
Or is
That was moved from 4chan.
4chan. Yeah, and his new SJW friend, and they
Yeah, I'm not
disappear off into
sure.
Europe together.
Friend is used loosely.
Yeah.
I'm not
Fuck
sure
buddy
exactly
used better.
the validity of
Someone
that.
draw some air quotes.
Okay, what's like it? Implying.
They'll come in useful. Yeah, like implying. Yeah. Just friends
God,
touring
that's
Europe,
gonna be one of my things that I
backpacking.
draw now. Just useless implying quotations around condescending art.
Yes.
She's just being
Oh,
Why
implied.
are you
like
so
more people
dumb?
join the movement.
Stop calling me misogyny with white. Everywhere my oppression has transcended into a whole new kind of oppression for Tumblr. I call it sexual oppressionism. I need to write that. It didn't make it on.
You can't make this stuff up though. You don't know if
Yes,
they're
you can.
real or not.
Yes, you can't. Or yes, you can.
Is this
Have you not
how
seen
does-
my articles?
Lena, how does
This
this
picture
person
is a
identify?
wild
Are they
I'm
what-
a gray sexual foxkin, you oppressive bitch. now
Well, I
where's
identify as an oppressive kin, and it's
where's
offensive when you say
Gofaku?
that. So.
Where's Gofaku? I need to find Gofaku. I know there's something in here. There.
Yes.
Fuck. Where is it?
Self-stated assets. Yes, full of them.
There's. Fuck. Where is it? I had something hilarious in here. Oh well, I'll remember it some other time. I'll know. I'll post it probably on Gofaku later though.
Speaking
Brilliant.
of parody shit, have you guys seen the Clickhole Gamergate article? I'm gonna link
Probably
it here.
not.
No.
I've been busy with lifey things.
Are we boycotting Clickhole?
No,
Ooh,
Clickhole
that
is
sounds-
satire. It's run by The Onion. It's
right,
a side
fair
site of
enough.
Gamergate. It's made
Oh,
with
The
Onion.
BuzzFeed.
Oh yeah, let's see that. Yeah, definitely.
It's linked in the group chat. If someone wants to
brilliant.
pull it up.
Yeah.
What about Vice?
What's up?
What
A
about
summary of
Vice?
the Gamergate movement that we will immediately change if any of its members find any details objectionable.
Oh.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Nope.
Lena, you've got to have a go at this at some point. Bits of it.
Oh, wait. Where is it?
What
Oh my
does
god!
gamergate that mean?
Shall I start it off?
Click hole. I've gone into the abyss. The click hole abyss. What
It's a
kind
pretty
of
wild
traverse-
ride, this.
Summary of the Gamergate movement that we will immediately change if any of its members find any details objectable. Are they making fun of us? I can't tell.
Just read it. It's good.
Do I read it to my little self and you guys talk amongst yourselves?
Yeah. I'll read bits of it. What is Gamergate? Gamergate is a movement of video game fans who are fighting to achieve something involving ethics in gaming journalism using reasonable, measured debate. Note, though, that should a single word of that description make members of the Gamergate movement angry or uncomfortable, we are perfectly willing to rewrite it. Please just let us know. What do members of Gamergate want? One need only spend 3 or 4 hours perusing Gamergate message boards to know that the main thing members of the movement want is ethics in gaming journalism. There aren't enough ethics, and so one way or another there will have to be more ethics. They might want other things too, but we had a hard time figuring out what they were. Again, if you're a member of Gamergate who feels like we didn't get this part exactly right, please just tell us what you want added or removed, and you can consider it done. We don't want any trouble.
I'm
What's wrong
offended.
with Gamergate? Coverage of Gamergate by certain media outlets that we do not necessarily agree with has focused a long series of female game designers and critics who have been forced to flee their homes after individuals identifying with the Gamergate movement bombarded them with a significant amount of online harassment, followed by explicit threats to rape and murder them. This has led to many to decry Gamergate as somehow misogynistic or violent, and is an aspect of the whole issue we'd readily admit here if members of the movement told us to. Because it's only one side of the story, the rape threats and hate speech are coming from only one extremely vocal, extremely visible faction within Gamergate. These radical individuals distract from the main message of Gamergate. It is important to remember that the members of Gamergate, only some of whom threaten to rape and murder women, are fighting for ethics in gaming journalism.
Hyperbole.
I feel so rapey today.
Oh, how
Stay
is
away.
Gamergate
Stay
answering
away.
it?
I need another.
Clarify then. Oh yeah, I'll let you get on. You get the gist of it, and people can pick it up in the links.
Oh boy.
It's good. It's good.
A vast and complex, diverse community. Well,
Yes,
right?
well, we are. But the thing is, like, what is it? They traced some of those tweets to a Brazilian journalist. They traced some harassment to members of the, what was it, Something Awful in the Goon Swarm there. They
I don't know if
traced
if there's actually been proof of the something awful weird Twitter connection, but it's something that
right.
has just kind of been assumed for a while.
Yeah, but you see,
Ooh,
there's
burrito
been so
unboxing.
many different other third-party sources that are actually connected to the threats and harassment that have got nothing to do with Gamergate. And, yeah, I deny this horrible message. They are maligning us. It is terrible. Sorry, carry on.
Brilliant.
You know, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, the Gamergate movement really is a consumer movement
Dear
that
God.
does not really care. I don't fuck. It's like anonymous. It's like the
Early
Occupy Wall Street
anonymous.
stuff, where there's maybe post Operation Chinology, but pre whatever the fuck is going on now, where like so many diverse opinions. That's kind of the whole thing. That's why I love having a discussion. Like it's there's a lot of people thinking a lot of different shit. There is no cohesive thing, and sure, there are people who are pro Gamergate, who are trolls and are fucking around, and there are people who care heavily about SJWs and feminist frequency. There are people who care about absolutely fucking none of that stuff and just want to talk about the ethics in journalism, the corrupt and inclusion, and there's people who are a mix of all that. So it's like it's fucking stupid to prejudice and malign an entire group as such a broad, inclusive movement based on some aspects of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not allowed to know.
Nobody's tried to pull this crap since the Second World War. It's ridiculous.
Mm,
Malign. Just this level of maligning just obviously something that you cannot generalize about. It's insane. It's like they're like trying to make you believe that black is white.
But it is.
Well, yeah, it is.
Because you're all white.
Yes, exactly.
Duh, fucking duh.
I know, and we've all terribly oppressed you all. It's been awful, hasn't it?
I've actually like yelled at people in the tens on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook saying, okay, if anybody in Gamergate actually hates women, please dox me. I am female.
Hmm.
And no one's done it yet. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I've been a total cunt. Hasn't
Yeah,
happened
it's
yet.
been a dry month for me too.
There's a there's a subreddit, a small subreddit called Dox Me, where
Yeah.
you just post in there a thread, attach your username and any information
And
you
they'll
might want
just-
to provide, and you ask someone to. You can either have them do it publicly or you can have them PM you with the information, and you just
Kinky.
try to see if how much people can reveal about you. It's kind of interesting.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I have so many skeletons in the closet. Please don't.
I
Yeah, I
have
was
so
thinking,
many
why would I
usernames
want
I've
that?
gone by. I love playing around with people and pretending I'm like, I don't know, white male, a not
Yeah.
white male. Actually, I have quite a few internet aliases, so I'd be
Kind of the
actually
brilliant thing about the image boards, isn't it? And really anonymous communities in general on any sort of internet kind of thing is you can be fucking anyone, and it's really the content of your
Yeah.
ideas that matters in general, and not the
Yes.
the
Yeah.
representation of what kind of person you are independent of that.
That's what I miss about the
Exactly.
internet. I really miss it. Like, when everyone could be anonymous, and not the shitty anonymous with the capitalized A and the fox masks, where you're being compared to a 14-year-old boy who just found out how to be more edgy than normal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Internet hate machine, man.
Oh
Motherfucking hate
yeah.
machine.
Such a promising realm ruined.
Kind of hilarious though. 4chan finally died. Never thought I would see that happen anytime soon, but maybe.
14 died?
Well,
Oh
it
yeah,
sort of
4chan
did.
is so kill. It died.
is.
Like it was due to die like I don't know 4 years ago. Just by how things were kind
Did
of
you
going.
check Poe?
Infi-chan is
check
much
Paul?
more expansive. Well, there's
Did-
8chan, isn't there?
I don't do any
Old
chan.
4chan is.
But
Mm,
Yeah,
Is
8chan
Paul
is Infinite-chan, and I like it. I never really like, even though I participated in Chanology. I went to the first few protests in Clearwater,
Uchinology.
but you say what is Chanology?
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, okay. But I never really visited 4chan or any of the image boards. I was all like in the anti-Scientology stuff and kind of briefly in the general appreciation of the anti-censorship stuff for a while after that. But like I never visited the image boards, but I do know enough about how they worked. And man, 8chan is way fucking better than 4chan for layout alone.
Yeah.
Even it doesn't, like, even ignorant of the user base, just the ability to create your own sub boards or whatever the fuck they call it, that basically the equivalent of subreddits. That really appeals to me. But then it's like all the best aspects of the anonymous part of 4chan with all the best aspects of Reddit.
of Reddit or so.
It's good shit.
More
Good.
pictures and shit. It's, yeah. I think they've done a wonderful job, and they defend themselves well. They've sort of taken on the fighting spirit that 4chan had, and you notice they're not getting heavily messed around in this fight. The sort of SJWs really don't want to try and take it to 8chan. Brianna Wu's been in there, but like she come out a bit burnt, really.
Remember, Lena might remember this. I don't know if any of the rest of you have seen this, but earlier this year, I believe it was, Tumblr decided to invade 4chan, and then 4chan
Oh,
invaded
yeah.
it.
Ridiculous.
Oh
boy,
yeah, I remember
that was
that.
That was
hilarious.
brilliant.
Oh god,
I
there was
remember
so much parody
Oh,
art made of that.
Just
There's like one
God.
so
picture
sweet.
that I love. One picture that I love was
That's the
like
reason
a-
we've got a
It
Tumblr
officially
account.
culminated. Years and years of whiny little Tumblr tards harvested like fucking apples.
Yeah.
The best thing that ever to come out of that was that picture that got shared around with the social justice warriors opening a door with the sign 4chan on it, and then right inside the door was a text saying no trigger words, and it just kind of froze in the door, like, oh shit. So that was kind of funny. I think that was the top before it
I had a
all.
lot of
before it all went
material
down.
actually
I
referencing
think
that.
it's
It's just I got a new
just-
laptop recently, so everything's gone. It sucks.
Dude, Dropbox. I'm telling you.
I do have a Dropbox. It's just
I'm
it
telling
doesn't
everyone
have,
recently. Dropbox, man.
I need a fucking terabyte, okay? I need a casual terabyte. I need to get one sometime. Probably get it tomorrow. Paycheck comes in. Hey, look, do you guys love my beautiful MS Paint?
It's
I'm
really
impressed.
good.
I really, it is really good for MS Paint.
bad.
Do you have a Wacom tablet or anything like that to be? Or are
I
you just doing
actually
this with a mouse?
used to. I used to. That's the thing. I got recently my electronics all just kind of decided they hated me. So right now I have no decent tablet. I have a new laptop, but none of my old material that I had.
True. So is this are you just doing this with the mouse or with the touchpad?
Windows 8 has like that touchy thing on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
That's pretty cool.
It's
All right,
It's
Taylor
not
wants to
even
know about
too
Taylor wants to know about the Tumblr 4chan invasion. I feel like
Oh,
some of you
boy,
guys might be able to tell it in more detail
okay.
than I can.
I feel like there should be a proper page for this. I think okay.
There's a video.
Oh man,
be
I
sure.
had so many screen caps of that thing. I'm so pissed. I'm like thinking of all of them.
Internet
Oh, wait.
Aristocrat actually has I think it was either him or Mundane Map, but I'm pretty sure it was IA had a
You had a video about it.
Okay, maybe it's
Tumblr and
here,
whatever.
but there was definitely a page just on this invasion somewhere on ED.
Yeah.
It was pretty hilarious though.
It was. I mean, because Tumblr started it, they sort of wound themselves
Tumblr
up to go and hassle 4chan in the first place. And for some reason, they really went off about it and that kind of thing, and arranged a raid that like it was going to happen in the future. And then they did
God
it.
damn
And all
it, give
pitched
me
up
an
there.
idea.
It was awful. They were
Um,
deliberately trying to trigger people, and they were getting all these bleaty, odd letters back saying, "Oh, somebody's committed suicide now. People have been triggered and had terrible, terrible trauma attacks and that." And it was just like,
Yeah, there was.
really?
Dude,
Can't you just turn your
go
PC
to
off?
People
far.
have been triggered. That's the best part. Like,
Did you
all
guys
of
hear
these
about
people
the
have been
one
triggered.
girl who apparently died?
Yeah.
Internet Aristocrat had that in his video though, but I had a screen
Tumblr
cap of
does.
it too. There's just this lady who was just like, I talked to a girl on the
Yeah.
phone,
Naturally,
tried
she
to be
didn't
nice to
die.
her, and she was gonna kill herself, and then she did it
Yeah.
anyway.
First world
She
problems.
died on the
I mean,
phone with me!
not to minimize that
So
sort of stuff. Like,
dramatic,
its issues
though.
are legit, but like if you're,
The
I
way
don't know.
she
If,
typed it! She died on
I
the
know.
phone
If-
with me!
if you're that bothered, how do you? It's like if you have to, if you can't handle seeing words that are I don't know. It's like, how do you function in the world? How do you go out and do things? The world is not a hug box. Like I said earlier, you're gonna see shit that offends you, and part of being a fucking responsible, contributing member of society is you fucking find a way to deal with that. You don't just force everyone to like put kid gloves on around you and fucking a big rubber room and prevent anything bad from coming into your fucking vision. That's not how it works.
Does he still have it? Does he still have the video up? Because I
There's
know
the
he,
one.
like,
there's
he like hides all his videos or something, and he has like
one
a
of them
different
got
YouTube
deleted.
channel.
I don't know. It might have been that one.
I know there's someone who mirrors them.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Hugbox Chronicles of some kind. Maybe
I
It
know it
would
was
have
one of the
been,
Tumblr rhythms. It was like 6 or 7.
I've missed a lot of
Yeah.
it. I actually
No.
followed-
It is. It's the Hugbox Chronicles.
people really
It's one of
should
the
check
Hugbox
out
Chronicles, I think.
Were you
the
guys
internet
familiar with
aristocrat
him,
stuff
though?
on this Tumblrinas. It is
Were you-
fantastic.
Have you guys were you guys familiar with Jim's YouTube profile before he was Internet Aristocrat?
No.
Not before he was internet.
Yeah, he was Jim81 Jim. He actually did a lot of shit. Oh boy, yeah. If you ever want to have
Oh,
fun,
there you go.
look at his old videos when he was Jim81 Jim, because that's when I knew him.
Right on.
Oh,
It looks
wow.
like Miles is going to turn in for the night.
Yeah, I'm way too tired. for this, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
talk properly.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
couldn't
go for
contribute much of my opinion. So
We're going to be doing another one of these Saturday. This will continue on for a little while longer at the least. The next one will be more focused, and I'll try to be more prepared for that. I'm kind of lazy as fuck today. But yeah, I'll post something on the group as usual, and you're welcome, as always when we do the next one. So.
I'm gonna.
yeah, sorry I
post
couldn't
the group and
contribute
be called
much
a
here.
shill.
So all right, have a good night, y'all.
You too. Have a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Farewell.
I'm also thinking of pulling out soon. It's 5 a.m.
I'm gonna go cry in my little corner.
So yeah, and I actually need some sleep.
All right, yeah. Let's call an end to this. It's been
Fair
I don't know,
enough.
hour.
It has
Time. Usually they go on for another hour, but this has kind of been a completely unfocused thing anyway. But it was good. It was good. Glad
Yeah.
to-
It was all over the place, but whatever.
Yeah, but
it's a chance for us all to get our voices out there, even if we don't have anything in particular to say. Fuck it, we got some people who are willing to watch us and converse. I don't know, has anything been said in the chat recently? Read the Gawker article on Intel. We will do that next time, perhaps, Steven. I was kind of thinking.
absolutely.
I was kind of thinking of addressing something more about games like the last one was, but fuck it, we'll be going on for at least 2 hours. Anyone is welcome, including any of you listening. If you want to contribute, if I can contact me on Twitter, or contact, if you're in the Facebook group, if that's how you found this link, post a message, and I can add up to 10 people at a time. Willing to talk to anyone about basically fucking anything. So, yeah,
That'd be very cozy.
yeah, we're good people. We're welcoming. All right, yeah. So fuck it. I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
Cheers.
enough.
Okay. Yeah, there will be another one Saturday night, and
Brilliant.
there will definitely be others, but Saturday night guaranteed. I'm gonna try to make that a weekly thing at the very least. There's gonna be one of these every Saturday night, and like I said, anyone's welcome. So, all right, I'm gonna turn this off now. Have a good one, our viewers. And I'm watching in the future, whatever.